Hey everyone, so today I decided to do maybe a part one of two parts kind of a video. I wanted to show you the difference between my personal makeup kit and my professional makeup kit. So yeah, I've got the kit here. I didn't want to call it a what's in my bag because it's not a bag. I upgraded to a CosmoCube and it's beautiful and I love it. Actually it was a Christmas present, so I didn't pay for it, my parents did. Thanks Mom and Dad. But anyway, so yeah, I've got the CosmoCube here today. We're not going to go into detail about every single product. I'm just going to kind of show you what I've got in the personal kit so that when I show you what is in the professional kit later, we can kind of compare and contrast and we can see the difference between what a professional uses and why versus what is perfectly good for you day to day, whether or not you would never need professional makeup. So that also includes brushes. So this is all of my personal brushes. Yeah, and if you hear Facebook in the background, people are talking to me. It is what it is. So we're just gonna start really fast with the brushes. This is a bag I got from Sephora last year. It's got all of my brushes. So here they are. And I don't have very many personal brushes. I have one set. If I needed an additional set, I can just go and use my, like a professional kit while these ones are, say, drying. And then I go and wash those ones, obviously, and put them back in the kit. But I don't need very many personal brushes. I have what I need. If I need something new, I pick it up. I'm not the type of person who needs a bajillion different brushes to achieve different looks. So basically, we've got two fluff brushes, one for powder, one for color, blush highlight. And I have this little guy right here. This is the mini mineral powder brush from Sephora. All of these are Sephora brushes for the most part, unless it's obvious otherwise. I use this for foundation and cream concealer and all of that. Have a few eyeshadow brushes. We've got a normal eyeshadow brush. We've got two crease brushes, one for actual what it's supposed to be and one for dusting. Smudge brush for putting color, a lot of color, where it needs to go. Traditional angle brush. Very easy, don't have a ton of stuff. Yes, for skin I also like to actually use this Urban Decay brush. I got this out of the Naked 3 palette. I don't like this for eyeshadow. I find that it gets things everywhere and it works very well for packing in color when you need to cover a zit or something. So that's what that's for. And then I have these last three little odds and ends. This little guy I like to use when I'm doing a wet shadow or I need to pack color in, but in a wider way than with this guy. Tweezers, obviously. Cheap spoolie, obviously. And that's that. So you really don't need a ton of brushes. You really don't. I know a lot of people are like, well, today I'm using, this brand of blender, but tomorrow I'm going to use this brand of blender. They all do the same thing. If you've got 42 brushes that are doing the exact same thing, if you're a collector, or if you're a brush collector, I suppose that's fine. You do you. You do whatever you want to do, but it's really not necessary if you're just using them for function. The point is really to get like one or two really good sets of quality brushes and then just go from there. But again, in your personal kit, you can kind of do whatever you want. So, but that's just what I do. So, very easy to carry around. If I need to go someplace, pack up, the brushes are already here. So, as far as the CosmoCube is concerned, my top drawer, I'm not going to lift it up because it's full of stuff. I don't want to drop it. That would be tragic. So, just going to take the drawers out. My top drawer here, it's kind of messy. And you can see this is where I keep my mascaras. I'm kind of running out of mascaras, actually. These are all waterproof except for one. And that normally doesn't happen. So, got all my pencils. Not very many here. Again, I've got a few basic colors that I use, a few extras, and that's it. For over here, I've got extra tools. I've got two of these guys just because the pads don't fit all of them and you never know what replacement pads you're going to end up buying. I have a few used up mascara brushes. I like these brushes a lot. That's for if I get a mascara I like, but it's got a really horrible brush. So I've got those for just in case. Got one pair of lashes. I'm not big on lashes. Some people are. Some people can fill an entire one of these with lashes. I have my entire personal collection in one of these. You're fine either way. You do you. It's fine, you know. And then I've got a few other odds and ends here. Little compact mirror, something for scooping, my sharpeners. Pretty boring top drawer, but it is what it is. Again, you can see that I've got a few of pretty much everything, but I don't have a huge collection of everything because I find that for me, you know, I don't need a ton of different like eyeliners and so on. You know, if I find one that I like, you know, that's new and trendy, yeah, I'll get it. By and large, you don't need a rainbow of colors for your personal makeup kit. You just need what goes with your skin tone that you know you're actually going to use. So if that's you, then that means you're going to have a lot more eyeliner than me, and that's perfectly fine. But so that's that. The second drawer is mostly lips. I have them organized by color. I've also got my eyebrow stuff in here. Got a few pencils, got a few, I've got a powder that I never use anymore because it takes forever. I've got this Benefit GimMe Brow. I like it. I like the pencils better because they're faster. I'll use it if I run out of a pencil. It was nice, but it is what it is. So I've just got some chapsticks here. I usually use a natural one, so these are probably going to be here for a while, but whatever. Peach, kind of darker reds, and this is a brownish red. Deep reds, like classic reds. Light pinks, bright pinks. You find that you start to collect certain colors. So that's that. You can see I've got just a few different colors, just color families in there. And that's, again, because once you know what works for you, you can go in and create variety, but you don't need the entire spectrum. You just need what works for you. You need what works for your skin tone. You know what works for your personality. Feel free to jump outside that personality and try something else once in a while. But don't be surprised if you start collecting, like, say, 42 different purple eyeshadows like me. Or, I don't know, 11 different classic red lipsticks in different, just different tubes, basically. It's going to happen. My next drawer is my skin drawer, and this is where things get kind of fun. You can see I've got a lot of powders here, a lot of different types. I've got some loose powders in here. I've got this this powder that I use all the time. I show it in my videos all the time. The few videos that I have, I've used this powder. It's great. It's an HD powder. It's from Camera Ready Cosmetics. I've also got, this guy is a Lancome case. It's actually holding a bit of this Tarte sample because I can't fit my brush in here. Can't fit a brush in there. So, and I've got a rice powder here. I don't like it with what I'm currently using as a foundation, but whatever. So I've got a few different powders there, and that's because you want different, you want a different look for your skin based on what you're doing with your eyes and your lips. Very heavy look, you're going to want probably matte skin. Very dewy natural look, you're probably going to want something else. So anyway, not very exciting in the blush and highlight department. I've got one blush that I use for everything because, again, it's very natural. It goes with my skin tone. I have other blushes and palettes in my lash drawer, but this is the one that I usually end up reaching for just because it goes with everything. Again, it comes down to your skin tone. If you want to go ahead and get 42 different blushes because that's your thing, that's awesome. And I would love to see how you do that because, realistically speaking, I just always find that I gravitate toward one specific blush. This is my highlighter. We all know by now it's been repotted. It fell apart. I'm just kind of getting through this before I go and buy another highlighter. I've also got this guy. It's actually an NYC eyeshadow, and I like using this as a highlighter sometimes in certain situations. But over here we've got a lot of different skin stuff. I actually normally, for everyday use, will use this Covergirl. This Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 2-in-1, 3-in-1, excuse me. It's what I'm wearing right now. I like this because it does do its job for every day. Obviously, I'm not going to be telling you to use this, or a lot of these products actually, if you are going to be doing something professional that requires a professional makeup artist. No, you need to hire a makeup artist. But for every day, I mean, you can see I'm wearing it now. It looks good. Actually, wow, I just had to switch cameras, and I think this looks a lot better than what I was just using. And you can really see that that foundation looks good. That's pretty cool. Hey, maybe I'll just have to keep using my iPhone instead of my camera. Anyway, so this is the one foundation. Well, no, I've got other foundations. I'll show you those too. This is the one that I typically use. I've got the Cinema Secrets palette. I don't use a lot of these colors. I use maybe 3 of them. This I actually had in my professional kit. This is Professional Makeup. I never used this on people. Like I used to use it as concealer for some skin tones, and then I got a different concealer that works for pretty much most people, and whoever else I can't use it on, you know, I use something else. But like this is irrelevant now, so I have it in here for like when I randomly need it. I've got a little bit of this RCMA left. As you can see, it's mostly empty. This is also Professional Makeup. I keep this in my kit because you never know when you're gonna need it. If I'm going to a wedding, I'm probably gonna use one of those, or an event or something. Got a few odds and ends in here, a few samples, a few little pots for when I'm running out of something. This I hardly ever use. It's this Naked Skin by Urban Decay Illuminating Beauty Balm. I don't really use this very much, but I keep it for just in case for some reason. I don't know. Kind of like when I'm a little tanner in the summer and that actually matches my skin tone, then I can use it on like lazy days. This is very important. This is a color corrector. This is a color corrector. I've got a green and a yellow. You're going to want whatever color correctors are necessary for your skin if you need a color corrector. Not everyone does. And then the Holy Grail product. This is my Clinique All About Eyes Concealer. I love it. I use it every day. You will find me hard pressed to come up with a different concealer off the top of my head. I mean, I've got a few things in my professional kit, but for the most part, no. It's this. It's all about this. For personal use. I love this for personal use. So yeah, that's that drawer. My last drawer in my personal kit, or the CosmoCube, that's the big drawer, and I'm just going to be very careful with this guy. In fact, I think I'm just going to show you, but then set it down and show you the things individually. This is the honkin' big guy. As you can see, whoop, this is where all of the palettes are, as well as a few other eye things. This is all eye makeup, except for a few of them also have like a blush or something in there. So, oh, let's see. Got my Naked 3. This was, I basically used only this for an entire year. Still hardly touched. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Probably going to use this for my baby shower, actually, now that I think about it. Anyway, yeah, I've got this enormous. I need a drink, you guys. I need a margarita. Anyway, no, I have this little, really beat up, very old Benefit Cosmetics palette. It was my first exposure to Benefit. I love the shadow formulation in here. They have since changed it. This was like, my dad bought me this for Christmas like a trillion years ago, and I'm sure it expired like a decade ago, but I just can't bring myself to bring it out. This was, I really need a drink to throw it out. So, you guys. Anyway, this isn't going anywhere, even though I don't even use it anymore. It's falling apart. It's just, in terms of hoarding, this is the one thing I will hoard. This is the one thing I will hoard. It's mine. Anyway, so that's that. I have also this little set of 3. These are the palettes that also do have something besides eyeshadow in them. This is from the Paris collection 2 Christmases ago. I used this one actually fairly recently in a different video. Paris collection from Too Faced. This is the Paris in Love, as stated before. I use this every day. I'm wearing it right now. It's what I have here. It's a really great little guy. I honestly haven't bothered to look and see if they have a single of it or not. I'm sure they've got something that'll work for me when I run out of that. But the other 2, I don't remember the names. I just remember Paris in Love. but just so you know. Here's one. Got a nice hot pink blush in there. Here's another. This one I don't use very much because it is very warm toned and I am very cool toned, but if I am doing an entire warm toned look, which literally never happens, but it's happened maybe 3 times with this palette, it's gonna happen with this palette. It's cute, I like it. I wanna keep the set together, so why not? The next thing I have, I love this, I use it all the time. This is the Naked 2 Urban Decay Basics. Pretty obvious. I'm wearing this today too, actually, so. Let's see, I've got my NARS that I'm obsessed with, that really shiny little guy. That's a single. I don't have many singles, and when I do have singles, I put them into this, except for this, because this one's special. I have these, I guess, qualify as singles. This is a cream. It's an e.l.f. I wanted to try it. It's a gold. It's kind of fun. Here, let's see. I don't have many of these. You can mess around with, you know, those products that used to be really bad. I know people are saying that they really upped their game. Go ahead and try them. Go ahead and have fun with it. For your personal kit, you go ahead and do you. You've got to really be careful with that with a professional kit, because there are some things that, there are very few things in my professional kit that you could find at a drugstore or something like that. And that's because I tested them first on myself and had a photographer, the guy I work with, actually take photos so I could see under lighting and everything. But like, you really want to be careful with that. But yeah, that aside, this is a cheap Fantasy Makers, you know, the Wet n Wild that they come out with at Halloween. It's a, I don't know if you can see that, it's a holographic glitter. It's really cool. In any case, I hardly ever use it, but you never know when you're going to need a holographic glitter, so, right? This guy, obviously, Z palette. I'm obsessed with the Z palette. This has, basically, this has all of my random shadows that I would pick up on a whim, and this is how I learned not to do this, because it's all purple or brown. This palette, actually, with those colors, you can use them together, the purple and the brown, and they look really good. So, I lucked out with that. Really old MAC. This is the only MAC I own. This I actually used when I was dancing in the dance company. You can use this particular quad here that I put together for on stage, obviously, and you can also use it toned down as a regular makeup look. So I used to use this almost exclusively. Like the entire time I was in the dance company, that was what I used. So that's why it's very used up. I've only got 2 more. These are my really colorful palettes. I've got the Sephora Hombre Obsession. I got this for Christmas 2 years ago. It's kind of fun. Whoops. Did you hear that? That's what that looks like. So it's fun. It's one of my lower, I wouldn't say it's low quality, but it's not like as buttery as some of the other really name brand eyeshadows, but I like it and I get good color from it and everything. When I want to play around with them and do something funky, I like it a lot. It's really a unique concept, and this was the first time I had seen something that really spoke to me in a long time, because everyone was doing nudes. There were like 42 million different naked palettes out. No one was doing anything colorful, and then all of a sudden, this. I like it, and it's so usable. There's so many different ways to use these colors together, so I keep that around. My last one, this was actually destashed to me. I love it. Once in a while, I will clean this and, you know, for just in case I have someone who requests a really weird color. Typically, you don't want to do that, but I'm very weird about keeping things clean, so I'm going to worry with it. And I hardly ever use this, but this is another Urban Decay palette. I don't even know, because it was destashed to me. It's one of their older ones. It's from like a year or 2 ago. I don't know. But it works. I like it for occasional use. So that is everything in my personal makeup kit. Everything. Like, unless, yeah, I've got like one thing in my purse for emergencies. It's a NYX concealer pencil for emergencies, and I literally never have to use it. So yeah, that's everything. And you'll see later when I do the other video about my professional kit how different those 2 things really are, and maybe that'll help you you know, I'm not trying to be like, oh, you need to use a professional for certain things, even though that's true. I'm just trying to show you the difference between what you're seeing in the media, some places versus other places, like YouTube versus the working artist on the runway versus Victoria's Secret versus me versus the person you used for your senior photos. So if it wasn't me. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the next one. Go ahead and subscribe to me if you would be so kind. I've also, of course, you know, got all the other social media. Facebook, I don't have Snapchat, but I have Instagram that I'm on all the time, and Twitter that I've started using again more. So if you feel like it, go ahead. I would like it. I'd like to connect with you guys. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess I will see you soon. Bye!